The title of this video isn't even clickbait. I actually have 2 million followers on TikTok, which is hard to believe at times, but over the course of this video, I'm gonna show you exactly how I gained such a large following, and hopefully I give you some good tips and advice to nudge you in the right direction to do the same. And I just stood in gum, so now my thong has got gum on it, and I'm sticking to the ground. Come on. Before filming this video, I decided to do a little bit of research on YouTube to see what other creators' advice is when it comes to growing on TikTok, and I was pretty surprised that most of the videos were just like growth hacks or gimmicks. You know, the stuff like post 7 times a day to increase your chances on the For You page, how to go viral in 24 hours, the algorithm has changed for May and you need to know this quick. Plus, a lot of the people giving this advice weren't actually TikTok creators themselves. What? Now, by no means am I trying to discredit any other creators on YouTube, because I'm sure they actually give some really good advice, but I do find that growth hacks, although they work short term, they don't work long term. So my advice today is going to be all based around building long-term communities so you can hopefully eventually make a living off it like me. Before we start talking about the virality and all that fun stuff, I want to give you guys a little brief history lesson about my journey on TikTok. Basically, last year I only had 20,000 followers on the app, and now I have 2 million. So it's been a wild ride, but everyone has to start at the beginning, and in July 2019, this was my first post on TikTok, which is me lip syncing to High School Musical's Gotta Go Your Own Way as Troy and Gabriella, using the Snapchat filter to switch between the characters. What the heck? Although I should probably be embarrassed by that video, I honestly love and embrace it. And what is even better is that the same people that were saying that TikTok was lame and a silly little app in 2019 are the same ones trying to make it big on the app in 2021. Oh, how the tired tables turn. Turntables. How it's come full circle. Whatever, full circle. So the first piece of advice is, who cares what other people think? I'm sure there are a lot of creators that look back and say, dang, I wish I continued to post in 2019, but they didn't because the app was seen as not cool. So to wrap up this history lesson really quickly, I decided to post on TikTok daily for the year of 2020. That ended up turning into 700 videos and 1.8 million followers. Although that number makes me look like I was pretty successful, which I guess I was, but I actually failed a lot. Like a lot. But the best thing about failures is that that is where you learn the most. So that's the quick history with me on TikTok, and now everything that I've learned, I'm gonna try and cram as much into this video as possible. Another thing that I've just learned is that walking the streets of Mexico is so flippin' hot, and I have no idea why I'm out here when I have an air-conditioned room at home. So I'm gonna go home for the rest of this video. Oh, okay, this is way better. It was getting ridiculously hot out there, and now let's start talking about what I think is very important for TikTok, which is personal branding. I strongly believe that to grow on TikTok, you need to stand out, and to stand out, you need to have a strong personal brand. That's why you always see me wearing an orange cap, and I always have my face in the start of the videos. But don't take my word for it. If you look at the top 100 accounts on TikTok, most of them are personal brands, which means they use their face to represent their business or brand. I guess what I'm trying to say here is that if you are not that confident in front of the camera, you should probably start to build that confidence by doing it a little bit more, because it's gonna help you a lot on TikTok and pretty much any other social media as well. So in a world that has been overwhelmed by creators, how exactly do you stand out? Well, here's the perfect thing about a personal brand, is that it's personal to you. No one else has your face, so that means that your brand is already solidified in what you look like. Oh, but Jordan, I'm not really good looking and I'm not really young, so my personal brand isn't gonna be any good. Let me stop you right there, because it's 100% not true. Although being good looking or being like in the Gen Z category might help you short term, it's not going to be something that's going to hold you back long term on this app. Take me for example. I am not Gen Z, I'm 27 years old, which makes me a millennial, and I'm just a normal looking guy with no muscle at all. But I've still managed to make a pathway on this app, and I think it's possible for anyone to do so as well. I've even seen like 80-year-olds thrive on TikTok, so trust me, there's a place for everyone. So how exactly are you going to build your personal brand? Well, it's going to come down to visual consistency. As you can see, I'm very visually consistent with the content I post on the internet. Almost too much at times. I do this because the more consistent you are with your visual brand, the more familiar people will be with your face, and the more familiar they are, the more comfortable they'll become, and then hopefully you can turn that comfort into trust as they genuinely start to love your content. My personal example here is that because I wear this orange hat in literally every single piece of content I put on TikTok, now when people come up to me in real life, they say, "Oh, Jordan, I recognized you because of your orange hat." And that's confirmation to me that I know that the personal brand is working and it is being recognized. If you have followed me online for a little bit, you'll actually notice now, like if I just did this, it feels a little uncomfortable, doesn't it? I don't know. Now it just feels weird to me. Anyway, the last thing I'm going to say about personal branding is that you should magnify your qualities. Whatever qualities you think you have, magnify them. I have a lot of energy. Like a lot. So, what I do on TikTok and pretty much on social media is that I just like bring that energy to the forefront of my content, and I think that helps because it still comes across as really genuine, because genuinely I have a lot of energy. So yeah, because I'm naturally a very enthusiastic person, me pushing that through my content is gonna be seen as natural and no one's gonna really question it. So because of this, I would like to challenge you to find the qualities that you want to push forward onto TikTok. If you speak slow and soft and quietly, don't try and use energy because you think that's what you have to do. Just speak slow and soft and quietly, and I promise you, it will be way more engaging than you trying to be something that you're not. Okay, I could talk about personal branding forever, but now let's move on and talk about going viral on TikTok. Now, this is going to be different for everyone. It's not going to be the one set strategy, but here are a couple things that I've learned over the last 18 months on the app. The first thing is to niche up. That means find something that you're passionate about and just create a lot of content around that topic. Mine is obviously travel. I love travel. And I want to be known on TikTok as the travel guy. Oh yeah, that guy, he's the travel guy. That's what I want because that will benefit me long term. So yeah, I just post about travel stuff. So it doesn't have to be travel, it can be anything you want, but just make sure it's something you're passionate about, because if you're passionate about it, you're going to be way more willing to create content around that topic. But Jordan, I have no idea what to talk about or post about on TikTok. How do I figure that out? Well, here's the thing. It all just comes back to our favorite word, consistency. What I mean by that is that if you don't really know what to post about, just start posting about everything and just be consistent with that, because eventually the audience on TikTok will show you what they love. You're gonna get more views on some things and you're gonna get no views or less views on the other. This is great because you're building a whole like research data field of information to know like, hey, these guys really enjoy when I talk about avocados. Or hey, these guys really they're not that engaged when I talk about potatoes. So now I'm gonna make more avocado content. Okay, that was like a dumb example, but you get the picture. What I'm trying to say is that the more videos you upload, the more information you're going to get back from the users if they liked it or they didn't like it. And along with that, I find that if you keep producing content, you're eventually going to get those creativity juices flowing and you're going to create stuff that you really enjoy. Another benefit to TikTok is that they don't really care about aesthetics, unlike Instagram. Instagram, people love to have that perfect feed, where on TikTok you can post whatever you want on your feed and people are just not even really going to bother unfollowing. They'll just keep scrolling by if they don't like the video. So post, especially on the early stages. You're going to find your place on the platform by posting a lot. Once again, take me for an example. I've posted over 800 videos in the last 18 months. 800. That seems like a huge number that you'll never be able to achieve, and I thought so as well, but I just took it day at a time, one video at a time, and look where I ended up. Oh yeah, and once you find something that does work, like my Dumb Ways to Die series, you can just continue to create more and more and more of that series because people seem to love it. I'm at part 61 of Dumb Ways to Die, and it doesn't seem like it's slowing down anytime soon. So when it comes to going viral on the app, what does TikTok actually care about? Is it likes? Is it follows? Is it comments? Is it shares? Well, actually, it's none of those things. Although they do help, the main thing that you need to focus on is watch time. Making sure people watch the video for as long as you can possibly keep them there. Let's say you have a 15-second video and every single person that sees the video watches the whole video to the completion of 15 seconds. I promise you that video will go mega viral because TikTok goes, wow, people are loving this. People are watching it to the end. I'm gonna push it to more people. That's just how it works. Here is an example of one of my most recent viral videos, which happened to get 5.7 million views. As you can see, the views came from 95% on the For You page, which is wild, and that has a lot to do with the average watch time, which was 15.7 seconds of a total of 18.95. Along with that, I can see here that 62.7% of people watch the whole video to completion, so the TikTok For You page algorithm goes, blah, 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 blah. Wow, a lot of people like this, let's share it with more. So without going into too much detail or depth, I just want to put it simply and say, get people to watch your video for as long as you possibly can. And that actually brings me to my last point, which is the first 3 seconds of the video are the most important. What I mean by this is that if you can't hook or drag someone in the first 3 seconds, then they're just going to swipe like that and it's going to absolutely damage your watch time, and that is something you do not want. So that is why it is important to establish what the video is about in the first 3 seconds, or if you don't want to give away the whole video, you've got to at least build some sort of tension or curiosity so people are interested in staying on a bit longer to see what it's all about. This is commonly known as a hook, and there are many ways to do hooks. You can just Google it and you'll find a bunch, but the way I do it is usually just by saying, hey, look, this is the dumbest thing I've ever done. Check it out. And the people are like, oh, I wonder what this dumb thing is. And then they watch the video and they realize that, yeah, I'm being super dumb. And that's it. Another example from a different series I have is the 3 foods you have to try before you die. Basically, it builds curiosity straight away because I'm like, hey, guess what? These are 3 foods you have to try before you die. And people are like, oh, I wonder what they are. And then after I show 1 and I show 2, and I'm hoping that people will stick around for all 3 because I've already mentioned that there will be 3, and I'm hoping that they see it through to the end because they want to see all 3. Anyone that has spent a little bit of time on TikTok knows that the words wait for it are very common, and this is because 1, people want to try and get lots of watch time, and 2, they want to quickly build suspense. So if someone says, hey, wait for it, you're like, ooh, what am I waiting for? Oh, now I need to watch the rest of the video to see if it's cool or not. So yeah, it is simple little tricks like that that will actually help people sort of like stay engaged in your content for a little bit longer. But again, if your content isn't good, it's not going to help you in the long run. And that's about it. So to quickly summarize, it's all about having a strong personal brand, making sure you hook them in with the first 3 seconds, and making sure you get people to watch your video as much as you possibly can. And that is a simple 3-step process that helped me gain 2 million followers on TikTok. There is obviously so much more we could talk about that I'm not going to go into right now, but if you are interested in learning more or upping your TikTok game, I actually have a TikTok masterclass that has over 50 videos and hours of content that guides you through the whole process from setting up your account all the way through to going viral and creating a living or income on the app. We talk about absolutely everything you need to know, from editing your TikTok videos using different effects, how TikTok works when it comes to trends, and so forth. We basically take a deep dive into every single possible topic on TikTok, so if you are interested, I'll leave the link below. You can go check it out and check out the preview and see what there is to offer. Because honestly, I think it will be really valuable, especially for someone that's just starting out. And that is it for this video today, guys. If you did find any value in this video, please leave a massive thumbs up, a comment, or you can subscribe because I make videos every single week and I wouldn't want you to miss out on them. Apart from that, thank you so much for tuning in. It is back to traveling for me, and I will see you guys in the next one. What the heck? Goodbye.